Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're diving deep into the frosty power of the Dominion's legendary exiled witch, Krista. She's one of the most unique and versatile heroes in the game, a mage who doesn't just deal heavy magic damage but also brings support, debuffs, and even tank-like survivability when played right. And of course, when she fights alongside her brother Lars, the battlefield can turn into an icy graveyard for the enemy team. In this guide, we'll break down Krista's skills, her items of rank, skins, glyphs, artifacts, gift of the elements, talismans, some of her best team synergies, and finally how to counter her when she shows up on the other side. By the end, you'll know exactly how to build her, how to maximize her potential, and how to protect yourself against her devastating combos. So grab your warmest cloak, because things are about to get icy. Let's get started. Krista's skills. Her power begins with her first skill, Icy Vengeance. Krista summons 5 ice crystals that smash into her enemies one by one, dealing area of effect damage with each strike. The damage scales directly with her magic attack stat, which means the stronger her magic build, the more devastating this ability becomes. Now, here's where it gets scary. The bonus from her weapon artifact amplifies this skill even further, making those icy shards bite harder than ever. And when paired with her brother Lars, who can pull enemies together with his ultimate Lord of the Storm, Krista's crystals land on tightly packed targets, multiplying their destructive potential. This is where players start to realize the infamous twins combo. Lars and Krista together aren't just strong, they're downright terrifying. Her second skill, Chains of Frost, takes the fight a step further. She lashes out at the center of the enemy formation, reducing magic defense and marking them with her mark of water. This doesn't just debuff the enemies, it sets them up for something bigger. Lars once again comes into play, because his skills deal bonus damage against targets marked with water. That's where the magic happens. Krista marks, Lars detonates. Together, they can obliterate teams that aren't prepared to withstand heavy bursts of magic damage. Moving to her third skill, Frozen Needles. This one is brilliant design. Krista covers the battlefield with a deadly frozen patch, ice thorns, stabbing upward. Any enemy forced to move across this zone takes damage. And when the thorns finally melt, every hero standing in the area gets marked with water. Once again, Krista isn't just damaging, she's setting traps. If she's paired with displacement heroes like Cascade with Tidal Wave, Peach with Theater of Pain, Folio with Ancient Scriptures or her brother Lars with his vortex, enemies caught in motion are absolutely shredded. It's crowd control, damage and setup all at once. And finally, her fourth skill, Crystallization. This is the ability that makes Krista so deceptive. Whenever she's about to take a massive hit, she encases herself in ice for 2 full seconds, absorbing part of the incoming damage. On paper, it might sound like a simple self-defense move, but in practice, it makes Krista capable of holding the front line temporarily, surviving damage that would instantly wipe out most mages. That's why many players experiment with her in unusual roles, even as a pseudo-tank. She buys time, protects herself, and allows her allies to act behind her shield. Now that we've broken down her skill set, let's talk about how to build Krista effectively. Krista is officially classified as a support mage, belonging to the Way of Chaos faction, and she fights from the middle line. For her items of rank, your focus should be on intelligence, magic attack, and magic penetration. In the violet ranks, prioritize items like the All-Seer, Book of Prophecies, and Panoptic Orb. These give her the core magical stats she needs to start dealing consistent damage. Once you move into the orange rankings, she becomes much stronger with La Mort's Map, Oracle's Censor, and Light of Distant Stars. If you can push her up to orange +3 or +4, you'll notice her damage output and survivability skyrocket, giving her the tools to handle both early and mid-game progression with ease. On to skins. Krista currently has 6 available: her default skin, magic attack, armor, health, magic defense, and magic penetration, with the penetration skin even having a plus version. Your absolute first priority should be the magic penetration skin, because without penetration, Krista's damage gets neutered against high resistance enemies. Once that's in place, the second priority is health. She needs to stay alive long enough to execute her combos, and extra health synergizes perfectly with Crystallization, letting her withstand bursts more reliably. After that, boost her magic attack skin, giving her raw power for her damaging skills. Armor comes next, especially if you're facing heavy physical damage teams. Then her default skin, which still provides a decent stat boost and a bit of extra resistance. Last on the priority list is magic defense. While still valuable, Krista already gains natural scaling from her intelligence stat, so it isn't as urgent. If she ever gets another skin for magic penetration or health, those immediately take top priority. Next up are her glyphs. Krista has 5: magic attack, health, armor, magic defense, and intelligence. Start with intelligence. This one is vital because it boosts her primary stat, increasing not only magic attack but also her magic defense. Second, invest in armor. This shores up her weakness against physical heavy lineups, buying her more survival time. Third is magic defense, because it makes her much tougher against enemy mages. Fourth is magic attack, boosting the power of her offensive kit. And lastly, health, because her survivability already gets a boost from glyphs, skins, and crystallization. Level each glyph to 40 unless you're specifically chasing class upgrades. Now let's look at artifacts. Krista's weapon artifact provides a magic attack bonus to the whole team when she casts her first skill. This synergizes incredibly well with burst-focused teams. Her book artifact boosts both magic attack and health, and her ring artifact boosts her intelligence. Priority order here is a little different than usual. The most important artifact is her ring, because intelligence boosts her core stat, enhancing both her magic attack and magic defense. Second priority is her weapon, because empowering your entire team with magic attack during Icy Vengeance is massive. Last comes her book, still important, but the shared stats are less impactful compared to her main stat and team-wide buffs. Moving to the gift of the elements. Max this out. Focus on every single intelligence and magic attack bonus available. Krista may have crystallization for survivability, but she is still vulnerable if underdeveloped. The more solid her stats, the longer she lives and the more devastating her presence becomes. When it comes to talismans, Krista has 2. Her first focus is on intelligence and magic attack, an excellent balance of offense and scaling. Her second provides armor and magic penetration, though it is VIP exclusive and harder to acquire. Both are excellent. The first ensures her magic power and scaling stay relevant, while the second helps her cut through defenses and endure physical threats. Even without talismans, Krista still performs well if you keep her properly leveled. Now, let's step into one of the most important topics: how to counter Krista. She is strong, versatile, and hard to pin down, but there are definite answers. Jorgen is one of the most reliable options. His Torment of Powerlessness and Tainted Wounds both sap energy, delaying Krista's ability to cycle her skills. This slows her entire rhythm. Rufus is another great choice. As a tank immune to magic damage, Krista simply cannot deal with him. Against Rufus, she becomes far less effective. Cornelius can hard counter her. His heavy wisdom ability targets the enemy with the highest intelligence, dealing massive damage often enough to one-shot Krista outright. Plus, he boosts his team's magic defense, blunting her impact further. Corvus punishes her heavy kit. With his Altar of Souls active, Krista's damage to multiple enemies comes back to haunt her own team. Iris is devastating against Krista. Her ability to expose and target health bars makes Krista's survivability vanish quickly. And finally, Phobos? This is one of Krista's worst nightmares. With Bonds of Darkness stealing her energy, Paralysis stunning her, and Mage's Terror burning her energy away, Phobos can lock her down completely. Teams. Krista shines brightest in synergy teams, especially alongside her brother Lars. Their twin synergy is legendary, she marks, he detonates. Together, they can wipe teams that underestimate their combo. Other great allies include Cascade and Folio for displacement, Aidan for boosting magic health regeneration, and even Peppy for amplifying chaos hero potential. Krista fits into magic-heavy compositions, bringing both debuffs and survivability. But do not worry, we will have lots of teams to show after we finish the Chaos faction. And there you have it, Guardians, Krista, the exiled Witch of Ice and Vengeance. A hero who can deal devastating damage, protect herself with Crystallization, and unleash deadly combos with her brother Lars. Build her right, and she becomes one of the most reliable Chaos mages in the Dominion. Face her unprepared, and she'll freeze your chances of victory. What do you think of Krista? Do you run her with Lars, or do you experiment with other magic-heavy teams? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing how you Guardians bring your strategies to life. If this guide helped you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Olympus Alliance for more deep dives, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.